Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. So today we are going to be doing this beautiful look right here. This is a neutral toned smoky eye. I absolutely love it. It is featuring this palette right here. This is the NARS Suede Voyagers eyeshadow palette, and it comes with 6 different shadows inside of the palette, and I think it's just so beautiful, so stunning, just in time for fall. So I'm going to be playing with this today to create this. If you guys want all the details on this entire makeup look, then definitely keep on watching. So today we are going to start with moisturizer on our face, and I'm going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX Good to Go moisturizer with SPF. This does have SPF 25 in it. You guys know I'm a big fan of the RX line in general, like the primer and the good in bed serum, all of that. So I definitely went and picked this up to use this because it does have SPF in it, and I really need SPF for my skin. For primer today, I'm going to be using my NARS Pour and Shine just to mattify my T-zone for the most part. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this in my hand and then rub that down the bridge of my nose, right here on the sides, all of that good stuff. For foundation today, I'm going to be using this, the Dior Forever, and this is in the shade 4W. I'm actually going to be using my buffing brush from Sony to buff in this foundation. So I'm just working it in circular motions and kind of like pressing it into the skin as well. And then when it comes to my forehead, I like to use a smaller brush. I mean, I'll go in with this one like this, very lightly, because I don't want to disturb my brows since they're already done for the most part. Go in a little bit with that, and then I'll grab a different brush, like this Real Techniques brush, and this is the deluxe crease brush, but I'll use this just to kind of get around my brows and just take some of that product from my hand. That way I don't disturb my brows. So I will need a little bit more foundation. And then I'll use this just to go like this. So it's kind of like carving out your brows almost, but not really. Now it's time for concealer. To conceal, of course, I'm just going to use my Tarte Shape Tape. I absolutely love this concealer. I mean, how many times do I need to say that? I'm just going to apply this directly underneath my eye. And to blend all of that out, I'm going to use my beauty blender. And I'm also going to press some of that against my eyelid. Now to set everything down, I'm going to go in with the Huda Beauty powder. This is in the shade Banana Bread. And I chose this one because it reminded me of like a yellow powder, like the Derma Blend or something like that. So I like the brightening effect that this powder gives. It's definitely really smooth under the eyes, and it kind of like blurs a little bit, and it smells good. So all I'm going to do is just press this underneath my eye. Prior to baking any under eye area of mine, I'm going to take my Sephora Micro Smooth powder, and I'm just going to use this to set the rest of my face before I start baking, because I find that when I bake first and then put this powder on, girl, the bake be coming off. So to make sure I don't do that, I'm going to do this first. I'm also going to take this powder and carve out the bottom half of my chin. I would definitely prefer to use the Morphe sponge for this because it has that edge on it that makes it so perfect to get this under area. And I am going to drag it across my chin. So baking underneath our eyes and right here. And then in the meantime, we will pick up our bronzer. This is the Pretty Vulgar bronzer in Bronzed Bee Bronze Mannequin. You guys know I love this bronzer. I'm damn near hitting pan. I've gone back to using the big Morphe Jaclyn Hill brush in the JH02 for bronzer. Sometimes I like a big brush, sometimes I like a little brush, but I'm back to using this one and I just really love it. I like to focus on one side at a time when I'm doing this, so I can make sure I get it the way that I really want it. So look at that, super pretty. Since we used so much powder, now I'm gonna go in with my Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, and I'm just gonna spray my face down just so that we can set all these powders that we put on our face. So I zoomed you guys in a little bit closer so you guys can get a close-up on what I'm doing with my eyeshadow today. The palette of choice that I'm choosing to use today is the NARS Suede Voyager eyeshadow palette, and it comes with 6 different shades in this palette, 4 which are shimmers and 2 that are matte. It is definitely fall appropriate, and I'm definitely excited to create something with this palette today. It's so beautiful. So I think the first shade that I'm going to dip into is this one right here. This is like this. It's like a tawny kind of shade. It's like a cool tone for sure. And to do that, I think I'm going to use my M513 brush and just swirl it in there. And then start working that shade into my crease. So I didn't have to prime my lids again because I already did with the concealer, and then I used the setting powder just to kind of go over it. So the lids were ready to go, and now I'm just blending this shadow out. It really does not take a lot of shadow to get pigment like this. These shadows in this palette are super pigmented. So I'm gonna take this Kenzie brush, and now I'm gonna dip into the dark deep brown shade, and I want to build that up on my outer corner and just see what we can do from there. This shadow is super pigmented as well, and very dark. It's almost like a black, so you want to be super careful and just apply a little bit at a time. I'm going to pack it on with this brush. Then I think I'm going to take a different blending brush to blend that out. But it's super pigmented, and if you aren't careful, things can get super crazy. So I'm going to keep doing that until I get it to how I would like it, and then we can go in with our final shade. But I want this look to be super smoky. So I think I have it to where I'm okay with it for now, and then I'll probably go back in with that deep dark almost black brown shade when I apply my lid shade. But I want to work on the bottom lash line really quickly, so I'm going to take that deep dark brown and I'm going to push this shade up against my lower lash line and then kind of smoke it out with the other shade that we used in our crease. I really want this to be smoky, so let's see what we can do. For the lid shade, I'm just going to use this one right here. It's a really deep dark shade. If we were going in with anything lighter, I probably would have cut my crease, but since this is fairly dark as well, I'm just going to go with this. I'm going to spray my brush a little bit with some Fix Plus Spray, and then I'm just going to start packing this on to my lid. So I applied my lashes and my lower lash mascara off camera. I used the House of Lashes in Iconic, and for lower lash mascara, I just went in with the Too Faced Damn Girl Little Mini Mascara and a little bit of the L'Oreal Telescopic, and I feel like this is really smoky, you guys. Alright, so now we are going to apply a little bit of blush. For blush, I'm just going to go into my Anastasia Beverly Hills Trio. And I think I'm just going to take a mixture of all shades, honestly, and just use that as my blush. I'm going to apply very little blush today, not too much, just like the right amount. And of course, you know, you can't forget to hit the top of your nose. Kind of give you, whoa, that was a lot of blush. All right, Essence. Okay, I'm gonna put the blush down now. Use my sponge just to go over it a little bit, because I put just a little bit too much on. For highlight, I'm going to use the Ofra Trio, and the highlight I'm going to be going in with is this one right over here. It's like a golden champagne kind of shade. Okay, you guys, so this is the finished and final look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely make sure you sound off in the comments down below. Let me know what products you like, what you didn't like. Do you like the look, how it came together? I love it, honestly. I know I didn't show you guys my lip, but honestly, I just piled on a whole bunch of different products. The Makeup Forever pencil in Wherever Walnut. You guys have seen me use that 1,000 times. I just used that to line my lips, filled it in with a little bit of Sandstorm from NYX, and put a little bit concealer on top, and this is what we're working with. I really love it. Love the way everything came out. I don't know how many times I can say that. I love you guys so much. Definitely look forward to the content to come, and I will see you guys in the next video or vlog, whichever one comes first.